Alright, so this is immediately after the last 15 kill dub. This was the next game. I was just trying to close out my battle pass, get all my tiers. So this is the very next game. So, plane decides to fly like flush to anarchy or something like that. So I go greasy. I want a little bit of an aggressive start. I see this tack, so I take it. This game is a little bit slower than the last one because we're starting on the edge of the map. So that's something to consider. There's definitely going to be less to talk about. So here it's just basic early looting. You'll notice there are 2 other people in Greasy with me right now. So we're just getting ourselves situated. And then we're moving up. So here I'm hearing a chest under me. Oh my gosh, the chest was actually there. I didn't even see that. Oh, it's fine. So it's always been a dream of mine to win 2 games in a row. Because to me, winning a single game is just a series of lucky events, or just like a single lucky event. Right, so you could just camp the whole game and get lucky with the circle, and then the last guy like dies. Like I've won a game without killing the last guy. Stuff like that. So winning a single game to me is not impressive to myself. Like if other people win a single game, I'm definitely impressed. But so here he's just blowing stuff up, so we're gonna push in. Go for that long range shotgun. Switch to the rifle. I really liked my aim through the explosion there. It's very on target. Definitely something that was a good part of this replay. So to me, one win is good. I enjoy getting it. Definitely shows that I'm growing as a player when it happens more often. Stuff like that. But I put more stress on successful gunfights, especially in the late game. So like top 15. Am I winning most of my gunfights? Why am I losing them? Building against people who are building, stuff like that. So it's less about the wins for me if they're individual. But I've always considered it a mark of progress in this game when you win more closely to each other. So if you win and then you like die and tilted and then you win again, that's like, it shows you something about your personal progress, because like my win rate is 5%, so 1 in 20. So my chance of just randomly winning a game is like 1 in 20, which could be skill based, could be luck based, whatever, right? Maybe my playstyle is just really passive, and then like I have a 1 in 20 chance of killing the last guy or something like that. But to win 2 games in a row based on that same luck factor that my account supposedly has, it would be 1 in 400, which is extremely, like, it's considerably more rare. It would be like you win and then they enter you into another lottery, and then you have to win that one. So it's basically rolling 2 natural 20s on a 20-sided die in a row is kind of the comparison I'm making. So at that point, it's safe to assume that it's something that I'm doing right that's winning the games. It's not just like a stroke of luck and I'm just playing like mediocre or whatever. So that's something that's important to me, and it was not really a goal I set for myself for the season, but really just a goal in general for this game, because I did start during season 2 and I think I got 2 or 3 wins during season 2, but I really didn't get into it much because it was only like a week. Because I'm moving into Season 3. You know, I started at the very beginning. I wanted to do better. I wanted to be more effective. So, you know, I raised my KD or whatever. Raised my win rate, number of wins. But then, it's always been my goal to, you know, reach that level where I can win 2 games in a row. And after I won this game, I immediately stopped playing because I didn't want to push my luck for 3. Because even the second one, I was just shaking really bad by the end. So here I thought I saw somebody over by that chair, like the big one. So I start moving that direction. Let's see, nobody's by the chair. It must have been like a particle issue or something, but I was pretty convinced that I'd seen somebody, so I figured I'd push up towards them. I did consider going shifty. Shifty, it's really hard to build because of all like the fences and the whatever, and the roofs don't let you build walls. So I didn't want to push my luck over there. Because while I am all about like personal progress, winning gunfights, I'm still also about the dubs, so I'm not trying to jeopardize it. I mean, I'm not trying to play passive, it's just like when you drop in a place close to the plane on the edge of the circle and only 2 other people go there, it kind of limits your gunfights. Like if we look, only 1 kill so far. But there are 6 more to come in the next 10 minutes. So, the very next replay that's uploaded, if I win again, of course, will be with the new John Wick. Well, it's not new anymore, but we'll be with the John Wick skin. And hopefully the glider. So you have that to look forward to. The Elite Agent is definitely one of the best skins out of the Battle Pass, so I'll probably be going back to it from time to time, but at least for a little bit I gotta embody the John Wick meme and build really hard and play to my best potential and all that. Because we've had all these John Wicks who've been buying it for like the last probably the first 6 weeks. It was just John Wicks who bought it, and then from that point on it was really like the good people started to get mixed in with the John Wicks, and then it was like the decent people, and now it's like people like me who only play casually are now getting John Wick. So I already have the skin, I just need to get the glider, and then you'll be seeing that. So I don't know if it'll change the way that people approach gunfights, but we'll just have to see. So moving into this circle, I always notice that this left little dip between the 2 mountains always has people. Always, always, always. So I see a guy aiming at me, just build a little. And him once with this. So here I have about 530 wood. So I just decide, like, let's get some building done, because it's one of my battle pass requirements. You know, I like to build against people. Move over. So there's one guy in the back. I was pretty sure that that shot wasn't by me, and is by that yellow guy. So we killed this guy real quick with the shotgun. We pick up that nice scar, and I see this guy in the back. We hit him once. Are my damage numbers not on? They turn that off? Alright, there we go. So this guy is putting me into a tough position because he's above me and he's building a tower. So he's got a massive height advantage. So what I do is I kind of use this mountain and the fact that he's building to counter it. So he's going up, 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 up. And thankfully he overbuilds a little bit. And then I narrowly get the kill. But then there's that green guy in the minimap who's pressuring me. So I really just have to dip down below this. I'm just putting some roofs on top, just in case. So he goes to pressure the wall and then immediately gives up. So I just keep healing, because I was pretty confident that I could take him after killing that elite agent who is pretty competent at building, but his shooting just didn't work out for him. So we're just healing up. And then I see the impulse grenades, and I'm like, man, this is really only going to end up as a replay if it's a win, so wouldn't it be great if halfway through we had like a little bit of impulse action, you know, a little bit of risk. Because, you know, I only put dubs on the channel, so. So you jump over, there he is. Put some pressure up on him. So here, we're really just trying to whittle down his health, whittle down his shield, and only expose our head when we're actively shooting. I'm very thankful for the most recent patch so that now my gunshots don't come out of like my stomach, so I can actually shoot over walls, which is helpful, because before that was terrible. I kept breaking my own walls because I wasn't used to it, because I don't play super frequently, but when I do play I usually play for several hours. Alright, so moving into Fatal, we see an airdrop, we mark it. It's funny because I marked the airdrop, but I knew I was going to go for it because I needed more like healing materials, so I needed like minis and medkits and whatever. So I also had an SMG. I don't think you see me fire it once the entire battle, but I had an SMG and I wanted to get rid of it and put like a sniper rifle in its place. So I mean, marking the airdrop was a little bit of an aggressive move. Thankfully there was nobody near me, otherwise it would have been terrible, but we lived. I didn't really think that there was anyone near me, so I did not bother with building walls around it or anything. I figured it was fine. My only concern was this guy's ramp on top of this house, but he's not even close. So I saw that ramp on the edge of the circle, and I was making sure that it wasn't jump padding in, because I was trying to figure out why there would be a ramp on the edge of the circle that was only a little bit into the circle. This guy came out of nowhere. I just used the rock to defend myself. He like didn't even hit me. He had a jump pad, which was nice, because I absolutely love jump pads, and it's absolutely fantastic that they buffed the rate of them. So here I have a ton of materials now. I'm not really in that 500 wood spot anymore because I killed a bunch of people. So we're sitting at 5 kills. So we get 2 more. So this, I'm a little bit disappointed that this doesn't count as a kill, but I see this ramp on the edge of the circle and I figure there must be a guy up there, so I break a little bit below him and he falls to his death. You can't see it on replay, but if you look, there were 5 people, now there are 4 people. So let's be emoting him just a little bit, because I've never used the robot in a match before, so I figured might as well. So I'm a little bit disappointed that that didn't get counted as a kill, but it's fine, doesn't really bother me. So here I'm looking at the confines of the circle. If we look on the map, oh, this is small. Oh, there we go. If we look at the map, right, this whole area is getting closed in, so there's going to be people coming in this way. Not really people coming in that way, because that's where we came from. And then the bottom should not be that much, but Lucky could definitely be, because Lucky is right now a mission for this week, and it's only Thursday, so you have to abide by the rules of the battle pass. Alright, so we're moving up. What happens here is we see that ramp finish. Or, no, we see the floors with the bricks falling onto them. So we see that guy and we start moving up on him. Honestly, I should have taken this more aggressively, but I was so concerned about the rotation from Salty, because that's the rotation from Retail, Anarchy, all those places. And I didn't know how many people would come from that way, because today is kind of an unpredictable day. Just because it's Thursday. And also it's in the morning, so you would have to be really dedicated to play Thursday morning. So I'm just trying to find him. I'm trying to figure out what he's doing, and then I see the wall shake, and then he pops out, and then I don't have the speed to shoot that out. So then he starts moving away from me, pull out that sniper rifle. I thought he would turn into it, but I guess I should have assumed that he was going to move straight. I go to Impulse. Shoots me for 90, and then he's dead. See, that's the thing that I think is really changing the way that I use the tac, is that I'm not pausing like I would with a pump anymore. Because I used to have an issue with the tac where I wouldn't fire it as fast as it could, because I couldn't be confident that my shots would land, so I wouldn't fire it, and I would end up dead, because then basically you're firing a pump that does less damage. But I don't know, the tac has been considerably nicer to me, and the pump has been just a nightmare. Because the delay has been a little bit long, and the new weapon switching system has been a little bit difficult, so there's nothing to complain about, but I seem to be erring on the side of caution and just using the tac. So here we're just healing up to full because there's only one other guy. And you know, if we're gonna get into a gunfight, we better have as much health as possible, because you never know what's gonna happen with this last guy. So I heard shots over on the other side of the hill, and I'm trying to figure out what he's doing, because he's over there, right? He's definitely over there. And he definitely hasn't come down the hill, but I'm trying to figure out how much vision he has on me, because he can play the third-person game and look over the hill and find me and then shoot me or whatever. But I figure if I take this right side of the hill, right, it's mostly out of the circle, so it should be fine. And then we're just looking for him. So we see a few walls built on top of the house, trying to figure out if that's part of the gunfight. We don't know. So we're just looking down, we're seeing all this building, so we're figuring that he's probably very good, because this is... No, that was actually my building. That's funny. So he fires a rocket at us, he goes to shoot. I hesitate a little bit and get shot for it. I start to move up, my ramp gets built, fire him at once, 121 on the shield. He jumps over, 34. He goes under, I try to snapshot him, 31, 18, dead. And that's the second of in a row. Lit.